What is up, guys? How are y'all doing tonight? And
what's up?
Absolute pleasure having you guys here. I love your shirts. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in for this awesome group that we got down in the chat. We are celebrating 3 years of, well, I'm not even going to say it's not 3 years of YouTube. It's not 3 years of videos. It's 3 years of getting to hang out with you guys and getting to hang out with everybody in the chat. Guys, thank you. It has been such a pleasure getting to know everybody. I can't wait for the next 3 years.
And in my defense, I did not get the memo to wear the shirt. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and I was joking just before we started. I've got mine sitting like right over there, and it's been a day where I just sat down and started drinking, and that was it. That was the end of it.
We know you got to sit right over there in a frame with a plaque.
I've got like 7 of them lying around.
I was working in the garden until about 20 minutes ago, and I jumped in the house and took my work shirt off and was like, 3-year anniversary. We'll go with the 1,000 subscriber shirt.
That's exactly why I was going to do it. Like, and I've still got that guy's never coming down.
1,000, yeah. Nice. I feel bad. I didn't even think of it. These 2 bums didn't bother telling me nothing. Hey, let's wear the shirt tonight.
You're such a rock star. He's sitting there, you might as well be wearing sunglasses on the stream. All he does is just show up and shit excellence.
That's right, baby. Absolutely.
Oh. I hope I was outside that first 30 seconds for that, but if not, we don't do commercials here anyway.
By the way, folks, hey, this is Mr. Stanley Orchard who's hosting tonight. This is his 3-year anniversary for YouTube. And then that guy up there, that's Steve Ash or Haulin Ash. We got Grant McIntosh, Bass Slayer Extraordinaire. And Stanley has put all our links down below.
Yeah, that's A&J Outdoors.
Oh,
he didn't introduce himself because he's a gentleman. But that's him. And like you said, I've got links for everybody's channels down in the description down below. Check them out. These are my most favoritist people in the entire world.
Speaking of Bass Slayer, Grant, I love that video, man. You did a great job.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
He did.
Thanks to Jerry Toner. Good.
I felt like when I watched it, I got about halfway through that video, and I suddenly started being like, I don't know how I'm going to keep up with this, because he just went from bait to bait to bait, and he's like, let's do this one, and there's the fish. Right. With every single one of them, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I agree. And now some of the bass people might be upset because he's like, we're going to catch them. Yeah, we're going to eat them too, dang it.
Yeah.
We're eating them.
I like that. I appreciate it. That kept me to the end.
Jerry's seeing you catch them. Yeah. Oh, wait. What are you doing to them?
No, you're supposed to release them. You don't eat them.
Yeah.
No, it's
so funny.
It's the ponds at work, so it's me and one other guy fish it, and that's it. So it's a great place to try out a new lure to get some confidence in. And I fished around one pond with the lures that I used, but I spent an hour and a half on those first 7. Then I spent another hour and a half on the 7.5 inch and 11 inch.
Wow.
I tried really hard with those 2 big ones, but
they're too big for your bass.
Yep. Need to be a walleye.
Yeah, there's some big bass in there. There's probably some 6-pounders in there.
Oh, shoot. They ain't too big for them.
Yep. How big are those ponds?
Man, they're probably 50 yards by 50 yards.
Yeah, that's a good-sized pond.
All right, Farmer Steve.
Just under an acre then.
Just under an acre.
That's just under an acre then. Yep.
Pond Predator says, congrats on the 3 years. Yeah, man, even this past 2 years, because I remember when we got these shirts, that's 2 years ago. I quit.
Those are some old shirts. It is time for you guys to upgrade.
Yeah, at least I've got a newer one. It's not on me, but I have it. I wore it like a show or 2 ago, damn it.
I'm just glad I finally fit into it.
You
There
are
was a
looking
time I
very
couldn't get
sharp,
into
by
this
the way.
shirt.
Yeah, you are. I'm getting sick of you being so skinny. God dang it.
Are you still not drinking, Steve?
What's up, Neil? Good to see you, man.
Water.
Water? Well, cheers.
No, I do
Here.
have every once in a while I have a Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs. I don't know, 90 calories or something like that. I'll have a couple of them.
You have I used to do well, I would do like whiskey and diet or something because I thought whiskey had less calories. Justin, appreciate that, man.
Yep, could
Are
drink
you-
whiskey or any of this stuff and be fine.
I had a buddy, a work buddy. We were talking about that kind of stuff and weight. I'm like, look, beer drinkers, whenever you see a beer drinker, they got a belly. But you see them dudes that drink a lot of booze, them mugs are usually skinny. So it's probably better to drink booze than drink beer if you're worried about your weight.
I like Rattlesnake's little approach over here. What he's basically saying is that we're on fire. I'll take it. Appreciate you, man.
And folks, give Stanley that thumbs up. There's 13 of you watching, and we got 11 thumbs. So 2 of you.
I'm collecting thumbs tonight.
Yeah. You got 2. Give us 1, okay?
Oh, also, I will say, just as a personal thing, I will say this once. I'm not going to say it again because I don't like saying this kind of stuff, but it is an anniversary. I am hoping to hit 4,000. I need like 3 more subscribers for 4,000. I'd love to hit them together.
That happened yet? Why has that not happened? I mean, man, that should have happened already. Hey, if you're in, I gotta say, if they're in the chat, they probably already are a subscriber.
Yeah.
But if you're not, hook a brother up.
And
Just
if
Randall's up in here.
If you are, thank you. Don't unsubscribe and resubscribe. I've tried that game on my own channel to myself. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Justin, what is this moonshine you're talking about? I'm interested.
Okay,
Ooh,
I can help
that.
out. I can help out with that answer. Justin
right.
Randall goes up to where I used to live in the Upper Peninsula, and we know the same people. I went to school. He's talking about the famous Tatro UP moonshine. I went to school with the Tatro, so I know exactly what he's talking about. They're kind of known for making moonshine in the UP. So, Justin, next time you go up, bring a bottle of that on back.
Bottle, better bring a couple. Hook a brother up. I'll be up there in June.
Hey, Milton, appreciate you joining us, man.
I'm sorry I interrupted. Justin, when you going back up to the UP again? Just kind of want to know when that bottle's coming back down.
Hey, since we're talking about Michigan, I'm getting my phone here. I'm looking at my calendar because I finally have some dates, people. And
okay, I need.
Don't be mad. Don't be happy or whatever. I need dang reading glasses because I'm getting old.
This is everybody here in the chat. We're all going to get in on the planning stages of putting together this Midwest tour.
If
Mr. Pappas, appreciate you, sir.
Hey, Pete. Glad you made it.
I am coming in on 24 June and leaving on 10 July.
Ooh, interesting.
That's my marching orders. 24 June to 10 July. I'll be there that whole window. So if there's anything that can happen in that window.
Okay.
What's 4th of July weekend?
What about it? What do you mean? What day of the week 4th of July is?
No, it's on the weekend. I said, what y'all got going on that weekend?
Nothing. Yeah, 4th of July is a Sunday. And as far as I know, we got nothing going on that weekend. Now, I will say this, and he can further expand. Holiday weekends can be really rough at ramps and that kind of stuff if you got to do that. But
true, yeah.
But whatever's easier for people to travel, especially if you're driving,
right,
and flying, I guess. Holiday weekends, if you can. That's why we're doing the way we are. We're getting there before that holiday. We're leaving well after that holiday, so we don't have to deal with that holiday travel. But if you're there, you're there.
I will have a conversation with Rachel about that tonight.
Yeah, we can try to figure out a time to get together.
So that's after your crappie deal, right? Steve?
Yeah, our crappie camp is June 10, 11, 12, somewhere. It's whatever that weekend is.
So,
and then I think there's one other thing that I've got going on. I can't remember what it is, but
getting old.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember, but I know 4th of July is always terrible. Always terrible, you know.
So look at it this way. Me and Steve are going to be there from the 24th to the 10th. Right, Steve? Because you ain't going nowhere. So now
I live in Michigan. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's over to these two gentlemen to find a window in that time frame, and that's a pretty good sized time frame to if they can work it to get their butts up there so we can do something.
I tell you what, we Rachel right now is planning a trip to Mexico this summer because we didn't get enough of it last time around. We got the ability to do that. But we've also got Wisconsin and Vermont, some other things that we need to do over the course of the summer. I don't think I'm going to have a single day down here in South Texas. I'm going to have to figure out something with TubeBuddy, working on the road and not losing my computer on the airplane. But I believe your time frame that you're looking at, I believe that really lines up with what Rachel was talking about wanting to do with Wisconsin. So cool. I think this might be magical.
Cool.
Real quick here, we're going to continue this in just a second. I'm just super excited about this. I want to do this thanks to Neil. He called in some favors here, and check this out. If I can, I don't know if you can see that or not.
We see us.
4K.
Oh, you hit 4,000.
Oh, you made it.
Boom, there it is.
We got it,
sir.
Neil, I appreciate you, man.
Congratulations.
Everybody here. I appreciate all of you guys.
That is a toast, sir.
I will drink to that. That was hard earned.
Go ahead and take a swig, Steve. Look, Steve's taking a swig.
Get off the makers, Mark.
Yeah, see? Cool. Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Sir. Well deserved. All right. Woo! Well, all right.
Onward to 100K.
That's Justin right. Randall says he subscribed. So that's one of your ones you just picked up is Justin Randall. Thank
you, sir.
Justin.
Yep.
I promise you only the most not terrible fishing footage ever.
Yeah. Mediocre, not terrible. Yeah. That's me too.
Pete Pappas, I should have room in my boat for a couple guys during the time frame and access to a private ramp. Whoa, that's huge.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is smelling a lot better.
Thanks, Pete.
Grant, what is it going to take, Grant, to get you up there sometime during that period?
Man, I want to. So
I know you want to.
I just got to do it.
Just got to do it. That's the bottom line. You just got to do it. Everybody's like, hey, well, I'm going to do this. You know, we'd love to do this thing, whatever it is, but not right now. And then not right now. And then all of a sudden it's like, damn, I should have done that shit 10 years ago because now I'm too old or whatever. So sometimes you just got to do it. Just do it. And this it'll be awesome. Like I said, if you can get to Au Gres, I got free room and board for you. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to say Pete is offering to go to Lake Erie. That's where he's at down in the Detroit area. Detroit area. Might be such a thing. We just drive down and meet him.
It's still a good, that's still a good offer.
Yeah. Because I know one thing, him and Justin, they know how to catch walleye. Good job, guys. They know how to catch them.
I see the post on Facebook. Stanley don't know nothing about no Facebook, but
and I've not caught walleye either. We did really good in Wisconsin last summer. We caught a lot of stuff, but I did not personally hook into a walleye.
Well, Stanley, you're saving yourself by not being on Facebook because you're missing all the awesome stuff these people are doing, and you don't have to be like, damn, I wish I was doing that.
I don't know. It's kind of a curse sometimes too.
Yeah. I'll see these people around me where they're catching crappie. I'm like, I want to be catching those crappie, and they're catching all the crappie.
Man, I don't know, like for anybody who follows thresher fishing, I got to say, he just put out a video, I think it was yesterday, where he was fishing Packery Channel.
What happened to
And I was out at the beach fishing that day. I should have been at Packery with him. He outdid me.
He killed it at Packery that day, catching a little bit of everything. I mean, that drives me nuts when I go down there and the tide's wrong. Everything's wrong when I try to fish Packery. And then I'll sit back and watch these guys who live down there, get to pick the prime day to fish it.
Yeah.
And kill it.
I will say, I watched what he was doing really closely. And he does exactly what I would suggest doing. Like, I'll show you next time you come down. He's doing some real specific things. And yeah, he nailed it on the pompano. He nailed it on the sheep's head. And there's some specific things you want to do in order to do that. He confirmed every one of my thoughts on doing that. So I think we can dial in on him real easy.
Yeah. Well, I already know to use that dang slip cork setup. We use that in crappie fishing. We use that in cat fishing. I've used it down there, but you can't use that when that tide's ripping, because then it just pulls your cork, your float off into crapola. Who did Steve kick himself out?
Oh shoot, he did, and then I forgot to bring him back.
Shh, don't say that part.
Yeah, there he is. It took a second. I was having problems.
Well, Janet said, "Yeah, I heard you guys. I'm on backstage. I can hear every word you're saying." When Janet said there was an echo on me, I thought, "Yep, might just well kick myself out."
No, you weren't bad at all on our end.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing this right before she typed it.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, I could hear it, and it was making Stanley echo too.
Is it still echoing on me?
Nope.
Okay.
Everybody sounds good.
Making sure.
Lake Granada has some of the best crappie fishing in the country. Was down the weekend before last, and it was fire. Video being edited. Oh, man. I like to see that video then. Heck yeah. Man, crappie fishing, I'm telling you, 2-3 years ago, me and Joel, we thought we had the crappie figured out around here, but we can't buy a crappie right now. It's driving me nuts. So
yeah, that's something I plan on trying to figure out myself down here. I haven't done any of it, and I want to get in on it.
I got to write that channel down. I don't have Pond Predator Nation, but I'm going to have to write that down. I liked it better when we could click on it, go to their channel, and subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to write it down.
Those grow live streams.
That's what it was. That's what killed it. Yeah. And that's still an open conversation that happens every now and then. But yeah. Good job, YouTube, fighting that battle.
Yeah,
you guys nailed it.
Seeing that one. Cooper caught the pomps. Yeah, Ben, you're right. I was like, pompano at the jetty. I'm out there on the beach not catching no dang pompano, and he's catching pompano. He's catching sheephead,
Spanish mackerel, and good sheepshead.
Yeah, sheepshead is. I love sheepshead.
Me too. One of my favorites.
So that would have been a first for me. I've had Spanish mackerel caught on my boat, but I've never personally caught one. So yeah, all of that stuff was pissing me off. Dang it, Thresher.
I was mad because I know that was because I was watching the weather window all last week, and there was only one day that was like that. It was like right because of the cold front blowing through. And I appreciate that, Grant. Thank you for adding him. Yeah, Pond Predator is good people. He's one of the OGs.
Yeah,
but I know that I know Thresher was killing it on that particular day that I was out there.
Yeah.
My video will be out later when you don't even know it's gonna be the same day because I don't want people knowing that. But man, like I was fishing it not too hard. I was having some fun. I wasn't really working it, but still, I mean, I was 10 miles away. I had to drive right by him in order to get to the spot where I went and caught not that.
What's funny for me at least is I've had terrible luck on Packery channels. You know what I mean? On the jetties there.
It's a hard spot to fish.
Undersized red, undersized trout, a whiting, and a croaker, that I did in that giveaway. That's all I've caught on those jetties, and I've fished them 3-4 times. But when I'm not there trying to fish them because the tide's wrong, the wind, everything's wrong, I can leave, and the next day, Thresher or somebody will go out there and just kill it. It's like,
well, You know what's funny about that too is when I go spearfishing there, I get to see everything that's down there, and it is hilarious. That jetty is packed, like it is stacked with fish. You would be amazed at how much, like the mangroves, the snook that are around down there. They're apprehensive. They don't like taking baits. You have to be real particular about where you put your bait and what kind of bait you're using, because they are the most finicky fish you've ever seen in your life. But they're down there. There's good fish to be had. You just got to do it right.
Oh man, Ben, that's rough, brother. That's rough when you travel a distance and still not have. I mean, the trip. Hopefully, the trip was cool and you got to do shit. But yeah, that hurts. If it's a planned tripping, it's different. Planned fishing trip. It's different if hey, we're going there and I'm gonna fish, but we do all this other stuff. But it's like, no, we're going there to fish. Like, don't freaking jinx myself, but I'm going to Florida in a few weeks. And I'm going there specifically to fish. You know what I mean? So, yes, I would be heartbroken if I had that type of day there. Look, and then Steve bragging about sheep's head. Really, Steve? These aren't sheep's head that saltwater guys are talking about. These are drums that they call them trash fish, but now he's bragging about getting 3 big ones.
3 of them.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Should put them in the dang smoker.
Oh man,
Miss Ash, appreciate you. Thank you.
They were big.
I'm just saying.
Toss them back.
Yeah, we took some quick pictures. My niece Adrian was down for her birthday, so we took her out walleye fishing, and we caught a couple of walleye, and then she landed this 27.5-inch freshwater drum, what we call a shithead up here. And then my son Chris and I each caught almost at the same damn time a pair of 26.5s.
Wow!
And had both of them stinky bastards in the back of the boat, stinking it up. So they went back in too.
No. You've eaten them and enjoyed it, so I don't want to hear it.
Small ones.
Next, they have a real wide rib cage. So to really get some meat on them to smoke or something, you really need one that's 20 or more inches. So those guys were perfect candidates for the smoker. I'm just saying. And in June, if anybody catches a sheep's head that's over 20 inches, if you don't want it, give it to me. I'm smoking it. Everybody's going to eat it and be like, ooh, this is delicious. What is this? Just like last time I smoked it. Oh, we hate sheep's head. Oh, this is really good. What is this? Same deal. All right, Steve.
Is everybody hearing everything okay, or
I'm good.
Good on my end.
Have I got to leave the room again?
No, you're good.
Okay. I didn't hear anything John said.
Pete says not permitted on my boat. You're not allowed to catch sheep's head. Pete, I'll take them.
Real quick, just to Pond Predator, dude. You let me know when you're down here. We're going to make it happen. We're going to be getting together with a lot more people, especially, like I said, like our guys that have been around for a while. We're going to, especially after last year, we're all going to be getting together more often. Yep. And I think you got a pretty valid reason there for taking a year off, man. Enjoy, and congratulations to you guys. You've had a good couple of years.
I'm in on that too. Heck yeah, you come to Texas if I ever get my boat fixed.
Oh, that hurts to hear that, man.
Don't say it. Talk about something else, please. John, if you're on my boat in June, sorry, there will be no sheep's head in my library. I will bring Pete. I'll bring a stringer, put it on a stringer, and tie it over the side and drag it. How about
this? Is just like black drum, right? That's all we're talking about.
Yes, it is.
People get really animated when you call them a sheephead.
It's crazy.
It's just a drum. It's basically like the red
Jasper goo, typally.
But it's the redfish that we catch down here. It's like an offshoot of that. How can it be so different?
They're not. They're a good fish. They fry up really good. They smoke really well. But hey, look, in Michigan, people will call catfish the same thing. Farm animals and whatnot, trash fish. And down here, we'll eat the hell out of some catfish. So,
but you got to do with that accent, that Louisiana accent.
Yeah,
We
man.
caught one of those too, John, and I thought about keeping it, but we threw it back in. It was a nice one.
What do you consider a nice catfish?
I'll tell you
I
what.
like that.
Yeah, I call that a nice catfish.
So they get really big channel cats up there. I mean, much bigger than what we see down here. So Audrey caught a couple, or at least one really nice one. It was funny because our friends go out, me and Audrey, the year I dragged my boat up there all the way to Michigan, catch some walleye, throw back a big catfish. And then our friends, when we come in, they're like, we'd like to get you guys to catch a catfish and do like a catfish fry like you do down south. I'm like, we just threw the catfish back, but we'll be here, another week or two. I'm sure we'll catch a catfish. Didn't catch another catfish that trip we were there. It was so funny. When you want to catch them, they ain't so easy.
Are they territorial?
Catfish? Nah, they move around a lot, and they're really dependent on water temp, right? It drives their feeding, of course, where the food goes, and then their spawn cycle will drive where they locate. So,
okay,
once you peg them in a certain body of water, you got them pegged. You know what I mean?
The reason I ask is because we're kind of learning. We've done very little freshwater fishing the last couple of years, but we have done it. We're trying to study it. When we went to LBJ, we cast baits out. We caught one catfish the entire time, and we didn't catch anything else. We were out there for like 3 days, and then we had a similar experience at the lake over by Peter's house over here, where we did finally catch one, but it took us forever to do it, and we didn't get anything afterwards. So I kind of got the feeling that I was like, like I caught the one that was there, and I needed to be moving my baits or something.
You need a chum for them.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Here's what you get. You get go to the feed store and get some range cubes. You know what I'm talking about? Those cubes that you use out, right?
Yeah.
And bait an area with those range cubes. Give it about 30 minutes. And if the catfish are around there, that's going to get them feeding and you'll catch them. If you don't get a bite in about 30 minutes, move on to a new spot.
Wow. 30 minutes,
I got a question regarding that, John. Chris and I were fishing a couple of weeks ago on a nearby lake, and there was a guy. He was out in the lake, and he was throwing. It looked like corn, just throwing corn. Like canned corn, just throwing it, and then going back to the shore, and then casting out, retrieve, cast, and then after a while he'd go out and do it again. Was he chumming for catfish?
Yeah, and he's using soured whatever. So what people will do is they will take a container and they'll sour any kind of grain or even corn, where they'll put it in there with water outside, let it rot.
Outside.
Yeah, it sours. It gets really, really rank. But like the catfish guys down here, a lot of times, that's what they'll do. They'll get their spots. And if you're using that stuff, throw a line in there and give it about 15 minutes. If you ain't got a bite, move to your next spot. So here's the routine. Go out on the bait with soured maize or whatever you got, right? Go to one spot, throw some out. Go to another spot, throw some out. Go to the third spot, throw some out. Then drive yourself back to the very first spot and start fishing. No bites in 15 minutes, go to the second spot, right? And so on, right? And that's kind of the process for chumming them.
Well, it must be what he was doing.
Absolutely what he was doing. Yeah.
I learned. I wish I'd known that 2 years ago. That is fantastic insight on that. I wish we'd been doing that at Lake OBJ. I never thought about chumming them.
Yeah, works really well. It'll tell you, look, if you chum an area and don't get a bite, there's no catfish in that area. That's basically how it is.
Uh-huh.
So I did a video, I think, once where a difference between chumming, right, and setting up a honey hole, right? I'm a guide, for example, so I go out every day. If every day I go to a certain spot and drop feed, right, every day, that's becoming a honey hole. That's going to eventually bring fish to it from other areas because there's all that feed there. But if I'm just going out and, hey, we're going to fish in the next hour or so, and I do what I just described, throw some here, throw some there, throw some there, I'm just chumming them. all I'm doing is if catfish are where I threw it, I'll get them feeding, right? And we'll catch them. If they're not there, I got to move to the next spot. So they're two different processes that they use for catfishing.
That's what I was thinking. Like next time we get a little house or something like that on the lake, like what we did at LBJ, if I could put a mesh bag or something of chum to sit out there, let it sit overnight, let it sit for that whole time that we're there. That would be really nice if we could draw them in over a course of time like that for the entire time.
Off it out a little bit. Yep. Check it once in a while, pull it in, check it, and see how it's breaking down. People will take dog food cans or punch holes in them, put them in something that you can retrieve because you don't want to throw that junk in the water. Throw it out there, right, and then fish around that area after a little bit. And if the cats are there, you're going to get bites for sure.
God, I never even thought about that. I'm so doing that next time.
Yeah, definitely.
In response, a pond predator saying cats also found in all levels of the water column. I kind of noticed that at a Choke Canyon or at a Canyon Lake last summer. That's not like that in saltwater. They hang out on the bottom. They are not they will come up to the surface. They will be all water column, but most of the time we find them on the bottom.
Yeah, freshwater cats, predominantly, I would say they are at the bottom, but they are. You can find them at different levels within them, because especially if you're talking blues or flatheads, because they're predators. They're looking for that injured bait fish or whatever, so they'll come up higher into the channel cats. Usually stay down low, but they won't always.
Yeah, I know. I've seen them when it rains down here. We have the creeks around our area. We don't have a lot of fishing in this area, but when it starts to rain and it gets saturated and the creeks fill, we get them coming up the creek where we can actually fish, like out of my parents' house. When you got that heavy water flowing, I imagine it's because they're headed up into the creek to get into food that they haven't been able to get into in the past. Something like that.
Absolutely. Just like if you get a good rainfall and you got a lake where all of a sudden there's old, like a dry creek, typically dry, that starts running into the lake from the rain, the mouth of that area where it comes into the lake is throwing in different kinds of junk that bait fish will be at, and then I bring in catfish in those areas too, as well as bass and every other predator fish. Brandon's in the house.
3 long years, my friend. It was a hike. I felt like more like 5 years.
I was thinking about it the other day. I keep trying to tell myself, because I'll get wrapped around the axle when I start looking at analytics, and especially for me, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Don't worry about, oh my God, today this happened, because a year from now, what happened just today is just going to be a little drop, in what's happened that whole time period. So you got to keep telling yourself that. Mountain Bushcrafter's in the house.
Oh, yeah. FYI, real quick, NBA. Thank you, man. Appreciate you joining me, sir. I got wrapped up in I got sidetracked on a different message. I saw you coming in. Good to see you, man. Real quick here, Peter's saying, I love this idea. I can't do this tonight, but I am going to do this. I will spearhead this in the future. He's saying that we should do a post-stream Discord video after party. I love that idea. I think that's awesome. I can't do it tonight, but I think I will do that in the future when we do these live streams. We can do a post-stream Discord party or a after party kind of thing, after stream deal or whatever on Discord. For those of you guys who have not joined the Discord, give me just one moment. I will post a link to that for you, because it's a pretty cool place to sit there and show pictures, talk about this kind of stuff. When we are not streaming, we can continue the conversation later on. It's a good place for that. Dude, A&J, appreciate you, man. Thank you for that.
What can I say?
Justin Randall says, is it legal to chum in Michigan? I know you can't.
Ooh.
Can't. Justin, I don't know if you. I know we can't put structure down like everybody else in the other states do. We can't put anything in the lake like trees or anything to not come in. But chum in Michigan, I mean, I've seen people throw up over the side of the boat. I guess that's chumming.
Yeah, we've done that one before.
Michigan is weird. Like, you can't throw a cast net. From the research I've done, you can't throw a cast net in Michigan. So, yeah, they do have some very different regulations. as opposed to most states.
I wonder why that is. Is it because we've got? I mean, Michigan's surrounded by 5 of the Great Lakes, where other states have got one. Like Wisconsin is along like Lake Michigan, and Pennsylvania is along Lake Erie. So maybe they're not as strict as Michigan is because we're surrounded by 5 different Great Lakes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
That's weird. You do it says, "What's up, Stanley?"
My boy, we met at Video Marketing World. For anybody who was around back when we had it was like 300 subscribers or something like that. Like I was the little guy, low man on the totem pole at the time. And I went up there to that and I ran into him and a couple other guys that it has been it's been reassuring, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but it's like, went there and all these guys are like real nice. I don't know any other way of saying it. They were just like, it was a cool group of people to hang out with, and we're still staying close to this day. And it's fun watching everybody's channels grow together. And Mr. You Do It's one of my guys.
Danny Baker's in the house. So it's been a while since he's tuned in.
Oh, what's up, man? I missed you.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in, Danny. Appreciate that, brother.
Real well, that too. I mean,
what's funny is we didn't even talk about, usually we start off like, so how was your weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? And we didn't even talk about that this week.
We need to, though. You're right about
for me,
that.
It's okay. We don't have to talk about my weekend.
Yeah.
The rest of you can go ahead and fill us in if you want to, how and what you did this weekend.
I had a great weekend. Real good one.
You went fishing, didn't you?
Well, my niece came down from the Upper Peninsula. It was her birthday on Saturday, and the only thing that she wanted to do was she wanted me to take her fishing. So Jerry Toner drove over and joined us on Friday. She took the day off, and we went fishing on a nearby lake Friday for hopefully to get some crappie, but we caught nothing except one bass. But we were all set for Saturday. My son Chris and I and my niece were going to go to Lake Erie walleye fishing. But Friday night we had a big fish fry. My other son Steve Jr. and his family were over. We had a big fish fry and celebrated both her birthday and mine at the same time. And my daughter-in-law made these beautiful custom cupcakes, which I'm not supposed to have. But so we did that on Friday, and then Saturday we went down to Erie and took her walleye fishing for the first time. She caught her very first walleye. She caught her very first freshwater drum. She caught her very first silver bass. So we didn't catch a lot of walleye. It wasn't enough to make a video, but it was a good time nevertheless. So we got her off to the airport on Sunday, and that was my weekend. It was a good one.
Good. What about you there, Mr. Grant? Not talking much tonight, McIntosh.
Well, you saw the video of the lures from Perry this weekend, the Case Plastics. Other than that, I was on call. We did get some good news that I haven't shared. My son was offered a full ride at a junior college. It's about 30 minutes away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Awesome.
He's going to be playing basketball for the Saints. He's going to be a Saint.
That's
Do I need
nice,
man.
Do I need to do another shot for that?
Yeah, we do.
Hell yeah. I'm on
Cheers. Yeah.
I'm topping her off for that one.
Here's to the full ride, baby.
Dude, I want like I hope they're streaming that. I would love to watch those games. Cheers.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, they started streaming this year a lot more because of COVID. Couldn't have everybody in the crowd, so hopefully they keep that up.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. The same thing here, high school football games. My daughter's a trainer at a high school. She's a head athletic trainer. So we get to stay having to try to go somewhere and get into a game. We can watch them online, which is pretty freaking awesome, actually. I wish like you said, I hope they keep, even when you open up the stadiums, I hope they keep doing it online just for those folks that can't make it there.
Right.
That's cool, Grant. Golly.
Yep.
Tell him congratulations for all of us, man.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
boy deserves a big pat on the back.
Yeah, I've been seeing the prom stuff, all that. It's just cool as heck. I enjoy it. And I'm not going to say nothing. Okay. I know he's the girl, maybe a girlfriend. I'm not sure. They're going together to the prom. I will say you're going to be the shortest one in the family if those two get together. I'm just saying.
Yeah, his girlfriend's 6'3".
Yeah. I noticed
Wow.
that. That's just freaking awesome. That is awesome.
I have the notifications for the school for the basketball games, and I haven't been able to watch many of them, but I have tuned in like here and there. I got to say, it's, you know, I'm going to critique this for just a second because I do YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I'm like, man, I wish they could get like somebody who's down there vlog style with the camera, you know, following everybody around. I want the dramatic angles, and I want Dick Vitale up front, you know.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
What about you, Stanley? What'd you do for the weekend?
I did finals. Like, that's it. That was boring. I went out last week. We talked about earlier. I went out fishing on the exact same day as Thresher, and he totally, like, you know, we were in different spots, and he totally put me in my place, and I'm not going to forget that. And I'm going to, you know, track him down in a dark alley somewhere one of these days. But other than that, this weekend I've had finals and I've had work and everything else. So I've been a real bummer the last couple of days, but I'm hoping it picks up this week.
Very cool. So I did have a good weekend for the most part. It's just the boat project is kicking me in the rear. But we had the grandbabies this weekend. We went to the animal safari place where you drive through and feed the animals. There's all kinds of crazy animals this place. So I did video some of that. I'm just on the fence whether I'm actually going to make a video of it, because those kind of videos on my channel seem to do really, really bad. So if I get desperate for content, I guess I'll make a video of that. Other than that, I don't know. We'll see. All right, Mountain Bushcrafters.
Grant, what did you say the name of the college was that your son's going to?
It's a Shawnee Community College.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a junior college. They wouldn't play Baylor. It's not a Division I, but hopefully he can go there for 2 years, and then after 2 years get an associate's degree for free, and then transfer to a 4-year school, some Division I. He keeps working. I think he can.
And yeah, you never know. After that 2 years, there might be that school saying, "Hey, we're willing to cover your full cost to come here." You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That is the plan. Will Corey, good to see you.
Just the idea of like
Will.
Having just a couple of years of college paid for like that like to play basketball. I'm not going to lie. I'm envious on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm super stoked.
I apologize for interrupting real quick here, Danny. If you haven't jumped in on the Discord, jump in on the Discord, send me an email, something like that. Let's get a conversation going. I'm happy to get in touch with you next time I'm headed out that way. I'd love to do that.
There you go. That'd be cool. Will's in the house, hanging out, slumming. Look at Steve. You looking all. He got his arms crossed, grumpy old man look on his face.
I don't know how else. I mean, you guys are so natural. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable, I guess.
You're doing fine. I don't know what you're
like
talking
this. It's like this. It's like, you know.
I'm doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. I'm up here, then my back starts hurting. I'm leaning back here like this. You know, just moving around.
Do you not notice me? Like, I'm going to point this out that I do this just so that we're all on the same page. But I don't know, like, if you notice or not, but I am constantly cracking my knuckles doing this the entire time. It might be a little off camera like this, but I swear I'm doing that constantly.
Grant's the only one that seems stoic at times. He's just like, but let us say, hey, what about if we research? And he's like, and the answer is,
They get about halfway through that question, and he's got the link in the chat down there.
Exactly.
I posted that link to the Discord. I'm not gonna lie. I posted that link to the Discord in the chat, and as I was sitting there typing it, I was like, "Damn it, Grant's gonna beat me. I know he is. He's gonna end up posting it before I do."
No, I don't.
He
have
didn't even know
Discord.
what I was doing. I was trying to do it without letting him know.
I don't have Discord on my laptop, or I would.
There you go.
I guess I could.
You would have beat me on that one. Oh, I gotta say, okay. So I've got a new goal on that Discord. We started the Discord, and we got about 20 people in there. It's cool. Good start. This is totally solid. It's not, hadn't picked up a lot of traction yet, but that's how things start. We're not giving up. We're gonna keep pushing on the whole thing. I still got some cards up my sleeve on that. But then, what was it last week? I think it was Blacktip H decided to start a Discord. And the hilarious thing about that is he puts that thing out there, and I was like, you did not just like steal my thunder. And I go and I check out his Discord, and he's got one channel. Like, if you do Discord's, you got to have like, a different channel for every different topic. It's different conversations going on. And he was just like, "No, I'm just going to start one channel. Done. Do it." It's like, man. So now my goal is to beat his Discord.
Jerry Toner says that's if they catch you, Steve. I must have missed something. What did I miss, ma'am?
You must have done something, Steve.
I guess. Maybe she'll tell me. She's good at telling me what I'm doing wrong. Get out to 30 feet. That's where the fish are, Steve. You need to get the boat out to 30 feet.
That from the smallmouth angler.
We had fun. We really did. It was a good time.
Good.
Yep.
Rattlesnake, I can't do that for a variety of reasons. I've got to be really, really careful about doing that. Like I said, for a variety of reasons, I'm not going to get into it. I wish I could. It would be a lot of fun. That is what Discord is for, but I cannot do that on the live streams. I got to be kind of picky about it.
Yep, I agree. We can set up guests in advance, but yeah, we can't just post it out there.
Yeah, and no. We're not raiding Blacktip's server. We're not doing that. For one, I'm trying to promote mine, and for two, I've actually had some conversations with him. He's a good guy. I'm not trying to knock him or nothing like that. I'm just like, because he's already done some work. He's got a good server. I'm still going to try to beat him, but there's no hostility between us. Yeah, it's all back alley.
Send in the enforcers.
Oh God. Oh my God. What did I walk into now? His whole Discord server is going to get bombed, and my name is going to be all over it. And he's going to come over to me and be like, "Hey, so let's talk about your Discord."
What'd you do now, Stanley?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Ma'am, I don't know.
What else is going on? So who's catching fish? I know here in South Central Texas, crappie and bass are on fire at like Choke Canyon. Redfish are on fire at both of our twin power plant lakes, Brawnig and Calaveras. So everybody there is just tearing up the fish. So what's going on in your neck of the woods as far as what's hot and what's not, guys?
Well, Jeff Bottom was in earlier. I don't know if he's still on the chat, but about a week or so ago, him and Jerry Stifler went out and caught 250 crappie. Of course, they kept just what was their limit.
Right.
And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, him and Jerry went out to the same lake and they caught 300 crappie.
Whoa.
And of course, they only kept what was legal to catch. But my God, would that ever be fun? I think he said it was something like 14 or 15 continuous casts brought in a fish. Throw it out, fish. Throw it out. One Jerry was like 15 times, and Jeff was like 14 times continuous. Can you imagine getting on a crappie bite like that?
No, I can't imagine having a lake that has a crappie population like that. Oh my God, that is
It's
a
a private-
treasure, and they should tell nobody.
It's a private lake.
Yourselves.
It's a private lake. Jerry has permission because one of the people that lives on the lake, he's done some work for them. And he took me, I think he took me 2 years ago, and I did a little pre-spawn crappie video about it. And that's how it was for us. It's like every cast was another crappie, and nice size ones too.
So in June we're gonna get the outdoors crew on that private lake. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was just going to say this is a perfect opportunity to discuss my future sponsorship with Phytech cast nets.
Oh, you're not allowed.
Perfect for that opportunity.
You're not allowed to use those. And
It's a private lake.
You're not allowed to cast net crappie. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that might be.
I think that's the rule with that, if I'm not mistaken, because it's the same with spearfishing. Spearfishing, you're not allowed to do in any public freshwater waterway around here or something. I'm not sure exactly. It's a weirdly written rule.
And I see Jeff is still in the chat. And
Yeah,
only one other boat besides ours.
That I'm jealous. God, you know what? We got to ban Jeff from posting anything about his crappie fishing on a private lake because it's so unfair to the rest of us.
Oh, heck no. I want to go with Jeff. I don't want to ban him. I want to go with Jeff.
Well, if he lets us go, we don't ban him. But if he doesn't, then we got to ban him. I'm just saying. I feel like we're the lowly peons that can't get on that private lake. I'm kidding, Jeff, of course.
Are there any 3-pounders? Any 3-pounders in this lake?
Yeah. What kind of sizes are we looking at? That'd be interesting. Jeff?
They had pictures of their catch, and Jerry Stifler's holding up like 5 crappie, all big ones, holding them up for his camera.
Yum. I want to be, you know what? Don't even bring me to the lake to catch them. Just invite me to the fish fry. Oh,
No kidding.
right?
So that is a question that should be brought up. Is there somebody that's going to have fish or supper for us ready when we get back off these boats in Michigan?
We will make something happen with that. Yeah, that is, like, personally, that is the least of my concerns.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
We got to eat.
Yeah, that's
dude. We'll be driving home, and I'll be in the bed of that truck filleting.
That's the easiest part. Hell, we can just pull up to the ramp and fillet them right there, and bring a little stove and cook them right there. We have to. Yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah, personally, that's my goal. I want to be eating that fish.
Fresh.
You know,
Yeah.
Jeff, we're having that crappie camp in June. It would be nice to have some of those crappie for that camp. I'm echoing again, aren't I? Yep. I'm out.
No, you're good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not hearing nothing. You guys hear anything?
I hear an echo. Grant, do you?
I do. Just hop out and come right back.
Dang.
I'll bring it right back. Hey, while we're doing that, yeah, Peter's seeing an echo too. I'm sitting here talking about the Discord server and stuff like that. Grant, would you mind? Can we get a link to the to Haulin Ash's Facebook page and A&J's too? I'm not trying to like just push my own thing. I know we got other stuff we need to be looking at as well.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We got 5 minutes still, guys. Brandon O'Neill, my little brother just caught a 9-pound, holy shit, largemouth, 20 inches long. He didn't tell me
that's like a slot
where the
red
hole is, but I know it's in San Antonio. Oh, shoot. We're in San Antonio. You know what?
Right.
He's your little brother, Brandon. Put a little muscle to him, right? And get him to tell where he caught. No, I'm kidding. Congrats to him. 9
I got an idea where that is. I got an idea.
That's a lifetime fish. You know, everybody, the holy grail for bass fishermen.
Oh, no, I don't.
I know, because I'm not a bass fisherman, is that 10-pounder. Everybody's trying to get, but a 9-pounder, that's an impressive fish.
28 inches. Jesus, that is a big, like, I don't know. Like, I look at that, like, that's about 28 inches right there. I look at that and I'm like,
here you go.
The bass that I've been eating are like that.
There you go. That's how long it is right there. Look,
yeah, that is a big damn fish.
Stanley, if it's a red fish, it's over slot.
Yeah, you're right. It is, isn't it?
That's a big fish.
That's
That
a
is
big damn fish.
largemouth bass. Holy smoke! Matter of fact, I would say at 9 pounds, that's kind of light. It wasn't a big fat.
Yeah, he's running lean.
It wasn't a big fat. Yeah, it was a little.
Put it in perspective like this. That bass, if it was a redfish, it would require an annual tag.
Yeah. Danny says crappie is so good. I agree, Danny. I love crappie. I just can't catch none no more, it seems like. There's Haulin Ash Facebook page up on the chat.
And Peter, I can confirm. I see you on there right now. I'll go ahead for a behind the scenes thing. I'll go ahead and hop on there myself.
Oh, Grant put up my thank you, Mr. Grant McIntosh. I appreciate it, brother. We're still waiting for Mr. Stanley to come over to the dark side and be a Facebooker like all of us old people.
I set a precedent real quick because I got the behind the scenes thing over here with Peter. Peter, I hope you're listening in. I've got that on mute, so I can't hear you on that side. You're still going to have to chat. The Facebook deal. Here's my deal with Facebook, because Facebook is the #1 social media thing to be doing. It's ridiculous that we're not doing that. But I've spread myself a little bit thin with things like the Discord server and TubeBuddy, Twitter, and you name it. It's all across the board. YouTube being #1. So I told Rachel, she is in charge of doing our Facebook page. She has not put that together yet, and I'm going to utilize you guys. She's probably really mad at me behind the scenes because they just got home from dance like 5 minutes ago. So she's all worn out, so like that. Been a long day, and now I'm sitting here and ripping her for not having done her social media account on Facebook.
Get on Facebook.
But that's all her. That's all her. She's been tasked with that responsibility.
All right, you got a bunch of comments all of a sudden. Jason said he stopped by just to congratulate you for some reason. I don't know.
Hey, Jason, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for that.
Farsight Smith says, I like Facebook. I'm old too. Yeah, it's all the old people on Facebook, but that's all right.
Which is funny because when I first joined Facebook, my niece said, I can't believe that you're on Facebook. This is, she was so proud that her old uncle.
You're so old that you've transgressed another generation there, man. But to be fair, so have I. I have now transgressed that whole generation gap thing too, where it used to be the young, cool, hip thing to do, and now it's old people posting their crap.
But you're not in it, so you can't even talk about it. Look at Jerry Toner.
I can't.
Brush piles, and isn't that not even legal in Michigan, Jerry?
That's what I finally caught up to what she said before. It's only if they catch you, Steve. That's what she's saying is, that dropping trees or brush in your favorite lake is, only if they catch you doing it.
That makes sense.
And Jerry says, where's Adrian? Well, she flew back home yesterday, Jerry. She's back in the UP where there's snow again.
No, thank you. Like I said,
we'll be kind of cringe.
We'll be in Michigan from about May through September, and then we're gonna be in Texas. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When are you gonna be in Texas? That's after September?
I'm talking about when we do the whole retirement thing.
Oh, okay.
Michigan house from May to September, and then back down in Texas for the winter.
Man, Rachel and I found a house in Beeville. We do not want to be in Beeville, but the construction that I'm doing on this house has become exponentially more difficult as every day passes. So I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, I would really kind of like to be living somewhere else in order to finish this job and then rent this place out and, move on. And I'd kind of like to have this place for Savannah, when she goes into college. We got a great deal on it, lucked into it.
Earl Matthew says, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? Earl?
I see you on here.
But we don't want to live in Beeville, so I don't know, as much as I love this house that she found, and we will never find a house this awesome at this kind of price range outside of Beeville. It's also maybe we could live here for another couple of years if if we had like that house. I don't know.
I get it. I get it. We're ready to move out of San Antonio and get down on the coast, but that's not going to be for a bit because we got to pay.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
What else is going on? I like
Dude,
what
Danny, that's Twitter, man.
I like what Farmstead Smith said. Facebook is what you make it. I've made it educational. It is. Facebook is like most social medias. There's a bunch of crap, the political, the whatever, but it's your page. If you want to block out all that crap, hey, hit the button and block that crap out so you don't have to hear it. Make it what you want it to be.
What I do is if you don't like what I put on my page, you're out.
Who has the biggest page here? I'm not on Facebook, so who here has the biggest Facebook page?
Ooh,
How do you even know? How do you know how big a page is compared to
followers or something, isn't it?
Followers you got, yeah.
I know, John, you've got a really good Facebook page. Steve, I know you got a really I assume it's one of you two that has the best Facebook page. Is that correct?
I don't
know.
have that many
Grant's
followers.
working on your answer right now.
I don't have.
I saw the look on his face.
I don't have a Facebook page like they do, but yeah, Steve's got 319 and following his page, and John's got 174.
Now go to my personal page and see what I got. I got 2 pages.
There's value in Facebook and doing those pages. It's not like people think that, like I hear this, I must hear this 24 times a day. People think that you start a YouTube channel and then you start Facebook and Twitter and you do all these other things because it grows your subscriber base. And that is absolutely not what it is about. If for your main hub, like for myself, it's YouTube. For your main hub, that's where you're at. YouTube is your thing. These other social media things, Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, anything else that you do, that is about giving an opportunity to, spend time with people who enjoy your content.
Yeah,
it's about being more personable. It's about being more than just like, I'm going to create videos. I'm going to sit on my little pedestal and not have to talk to anyone. It's not what it's about. If somebody has questions, if they want to interact, Danny, we're talking about like getting out to the jetty and going and doing some spearfishing together. That's kind of a difficult thing to set up while we're sitting here on a live stream. Hit me up on social media. Any one of those platforms, we'll figure the thing out and we'll make it happen. And that's what social media is for.
Except Facebook for Stanley.
Except Facebook, right? Yeah.
Did you find my main page, Grant?
What's that?
Did you find my main page?
Like your actual friends page?
Yeah.
Like how many friends you have?
Yeah. What's my following on that one?
Just got to say a quick hi, Ava. My granddaughter just popped in. It's okay that you're late.
You're real late, Ava, because we're 4 minutes past closing time already.
Oh, that went fast.
Mm-hmm.
That went a lot fast. I didn't realize. I'm sorry. I'd have gone for another hour and not even realized. So that being the case, we are on the last. We're breaking it down here. I know everybody's hungry and personally I need a refill and everything else. We are going to be spending, Peter and I will be spending some time on Discord, a few minutes here, capping off the drink that I have after we're done here. In the meantime,
saying
what exciting things do we have coming up in the very near future? It is almost summertime. We're talking about making some plans up to the Midwest and everything like that. John, you're talking about hitting up Florida. What else have we got? And in particular, I'm not going to lie. In particular, Grant, I want to know what you've got coming up, man. I'm excited about the video that you put out, and I want to see some more.
Yeah, if you hadn't watched yesterday's video, check it out. We're going to try to fish this week, maybe tomorrow after work. Went off call this morning, so yes, tomorrow's supposed to be 80 degrees, so we definitely need to try to get out after I get off work tomorrow. Bass, crappie, whatever will bite type of thing.
Steve?
Well, Saturday's our fishing day, and hopefully we'll get something worth making a video out of this time. But Chris and I will be going somewhere. Don't know if it'll be Saginaw Bay, Erie, Detroit River, somewhere. And don't know who we'll be going with. But right now, just him and I, for certain.
I'm not going to lie. I could use a little bit more Chris in the videos.
Yeah, we're
Hear
getting
that,
tired of
Chris?
you, Steve.
He's over here and he waves hi.
Yeah, whatever. I'm looking forward to my trip to Florida in May. That's all I can say right now.
Bro,
I hear wives in the background.
Yeah.
I hear mine. I hear everybody else's too. So I know it's time. You're
Yeah.
trying to wind them up.
He's remodeling a bathroom. Don't let him fool you.
I'm doing two. I'm remodeling two over here. I have been for a minute.
Anyway,
Jerry Toner says, yes, more Chris. That's like Aunt Penny was like, where's more Penny? Remember that, Stanley?
That's the first. I think that's the first time I've ever done an offshore fishing trip with Penny, with my Aunt Penny. We go to the beach a lot. Like my family is big. I got like 60 cousins. I'm not gonna lie. It's a big family. But it's been a minute since we've all done the beach together. But normally we are a beach family and all hitting it up. This is the first time I've ever been on a boat with her, I believe.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID's a big part of that for sure.
Yeah. All right. We ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, that is time. I'm sorry. I'm dragging my feet because I'm having fun. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. I had an absolute blast. It has been 3 amazing years, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the year and what the next couple of years all have for us and has in store for us, because it has been wonderful. I've enjoyed every single moment of it, and I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who has ever even seen a single video, and especially I want to thank these guys that are, always hanging out with me here. And, obviously allow me the opportunity to hang out on your channels as well. Mr. John, A&J Outdoors, Mr. Steve from Haulin Ash, and of course, sorry, it's weird angles and stuff like that. Grant from Grant and McIntosh. The links to their channels are all in the description down below. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to hearing everything that you are doing next Monday on whose channel? Mr. A&J Outdoors will be hosting next week. Go and have an exciting week. Go and have a wonderful weekend, because we want to hear more about it next Monday, and we will catch you in the next live stream. Enjoy it. Have a great one.
Peace out, folks.